Hour here on WDRBmedia,
the voice of the community.
I am Dr. Bizness.
And I'm your one and only Lady G.U.N.S, which means I am greatness under no stipulation.
And we are so excited that the greatness is listening to us and viewing us. That's right. We're always looking to give you something for your head, something for your heart, and something for your hands to do. We believe.
And you.
And we do. And you, and you, and you.
And not like that Geico commercial where Pinocchio nose grows because
everybody here has potential. You have potential. Oh, and you have potential.
So what do you say to individuals that you want to encourage them? You want to speak life into them. You want them to know that, you know, there's something more that God has in store for them. But it's all a lie. Because they're a bum.
You don't speak to them. I have encountered that. I ask them questions.
Are you a bum?
No, I ask them questions. Where do you want to go in life?
Nowhere.
Have you arrived?
No.
I haven't talked to you. I'm talking about other people that actually have a legitimate answer to whatever it is. We understand that you've hit your ceiling, but no, but I have. I've encountered people where, man, every word that proceedeth out of their mouth is depressing and negative and nothing good, and nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms.
Or do a TV show. Don't everybody hate Chris or Mike or somebody?
Everybody hate Chris.
Chris, okay.
Everybody hates Chris.
Turn it into a TV show, make $1 million. See, problem solved.
I would, but Hollywood won't let me. I ain't got no money to get to Hollywood. I can't. My mama did, and because my daddy wasn't, and my greasy granny with the holes in the panty going beep, beep, beep down Sesame Street.
It's their fault.
All of that is always their fault. So those people, because there's nothing I can say to them. And before I waste... Before I cast my pearls before swine, I just need to find out a few simple things. Are you where you want to be? Are you doing what you want to do? No. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Man, I can't get... No. I asked what would you like to do. I didn't ask how or where or when. Just what would you like to do? If you... And a lot of times when they're that deep in their own state of blah... They don't even know what they want to do. They have come. Yeah. They have just adorned themselves in the cloak of deprivation and poverty in their mentality,
Depression.
in their thinking, in their doing,
low self-esteem,
all of that, and accusatory. It's everybody's fault, but
white
their own. Everybody, sure. And those people, like there is no conversation to be had because what I have learned is what's that. Some will plant, some will water, but God will do the increase.
Right.
If there's nothing that I can offer you, this ain't my garden, and I need to step back before I get bit by your poison ivy.
That's right. That is so true.
Speaking of gardens, we're sitting here with a bloom, a blossoming flower.
Introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hello, listeners. I am Miss Lauren, the host of Motivational Moments. It comes on every Monday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure that you catch it. It's airing this Monday, actually, for the first time. Yeah.
You're so wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's so dainty.
She is.
But she spits fire.
When you get to know her.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Megan, tell you now, she's like that little lady on Police Academy.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to tell you again. I need you to freeze. Come on, guys, don't make me pull my gun out.
I said freeze, mother. Yeah.
That is her. Yes.
That's her.
She'll put
So
a shank in you.
let me tell you, every rose has its thorns.
You're right.
That right there.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So now I told on you, you can tell them the true story about you.
No.
What an introduction.
She's harmless. Just make sure you're wearing protective gear.
I will say that I am the founder and owner of Bloom Life Consulting.
Is this like floss?
What?
Bloom Life Consulting. It is
like
a
What is this?
Well,
It's a thong? What?
No, stop.
Okay.
She's How many sons do you have? Add one. Whatever you got,
got
plus
3.
one. Plus one.
Right.
4.
Right. No, you know what? Bloom life actually came to pass whenever I woke up after being a mom, being a wife, being a daughter, being a friend, counselor, all of that. And my ambitions were kind of in the toilet. So I was like, you know what? What am I going to do now? Kind of like what you're saying.
Be a toilet cleaner.
No, I decided to start my own company, as I always do. If I can't find what I'm looking for, I get up and I go make it myself.
Absolutely.
You know,
Well, what was wrong with being a friend and a counselor and a wife and a mother and all of that
daughter.
wonderful things, a daughter and all that?
because you know, like as a woman, once you get married to someone and once you have children, you lose your identity. I think there's a lot of women that can.
Is that
kind
not a
of,
good thing?
No, it
Because
is
sometimes
not.
you don't like yourself and you need to now be somebody
brother,
else.
here you go.
So now here's an opportunity for you to now bask in the glory of others.
That's called Dr.
because
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Your own self is so deprivating to the world and you want to hide yourself off
Good
because you're the
grief,
elephant man.
Charlie
So
Brown.
now you can let your light shine through other people.
Is that what you did, Dr. Business? Because that is not what Lauren did.
That is not.
You sound like you spoke from a personal
Right,
place. you know?
exactly.
I'm
That
a
sounds-
counselor to many. So
No, you know what?
said no, you're not.
And all of those things are all well and good for the right person, but it wasn't okay for me. I've always been a very determined individual. I've always been that person that was a go, 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 and you know, very ambitious. And so for me to wake up and be someone else's something was not okay for me, and that's okay.
but it's
because
okay for other people.
Oh,
though,
yeah, for
if
sure.
that's what
For
they
sure.
desire.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because I found myself, you know, helping others find their purpose, helping others find their excitement in life, you know, but, you know, I couldn't exactly help myself. So I decided to take a step back and, you know, this is what's fulfilling to me. It's helping others find their purpose.
But that's still helping somebody else.
That's helping someone else, but I had some self-reflection doing what, you know,
And you're doing it
fulfills
from
me.
a different format.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing it, and you're getting paid. Hence the word business. That's my get paid voice.
Oh,
That's
I
mine.
thought it was cha-ching. No.
Mine is.
Okay, mine's cha-ching, and what's yours?
You know what? I don't have one yet.
You got it.
I got to get one, right?
You know why mine is? Because that's how rich white men talk when you tell us send on the bill. They're like, that's nothing.
Oh, you know what? I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get to the, yeah.
Where do I sign up?
Exactly.
I'll take that plan.
That's it.
There
That's
you- yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Ah, give me 10 more women. Ah.
You can't have one. You got.
No.
She got 2 daughters. Got you beat like a drum set.
No.
You don't need 8 other to accompany. So that.
I like that. You know what? I might adopt that.
You more than welcome. Find you another white man to hold up. Shout out to your home slice. Thanks for teaching me. I literally
Make
did.
no sense.
I went out to, there were architects in New York City, and I had met them through another friend, and it was a husband and wife couple, and they took me out to dinner. We talked about business and things like that, and then whenever I went back to New York, I would always just reach out to them. They had taken an old fire station and turned it into a phenomenal home. And literally
my
kept
goodness.
the doors. Like when you pull up, you think you're going to a fire station.
Yeah.
But it was their home. So we would always talk and communicate. And every time we would go out, he would offer, he was like, you know, get what you like. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, he's like, it's nothing. So I literally have adopted his, it's nothing.
And you married him and rode
No.
off into the sunset.
What part of he had a wife, me, him, and his
It's
wife?
called sister wives.
Boy, bye.
People do it all the time.
But that's not okay for her.
I'm not those people.
Okay, I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
know this.
yeah,
I don't know
she's
her
not
that
okay.
well. I just street corner, just brought her in from the cold.
You
Just
know.
trying to
I'm
feed
gonna-
her.
Yeah, I haven't given you one.
feed.
I haven't given you one all day, so I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeah.
We got other things to talk about.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity.
That's what I'm here
want
for.
the appendix.
I love your different voices. I like that.
And they
Oh, they
talk
all
back
live
to
in
her.
here.
Yeah, they talk, have whole
They all live.
conversations.
But
and
you know
whatnot.
what? You know what that is? She needs expert advice. That's exactly what that is. She consults herself because you
do.
need expert advice.
Ooh, that's nice.
How
See,
crazy am I?
That right there, Blooming. That right there.
There you
So,
go.
who do you have a particular demographic or genre that you're looking to speak life into, or are you just open? Because I would imagine I've not birthed children, although I have raised them. So there are some things in motherhood I can't speak directly to. Postpartum, I can't speak to that.
Right.
Because I adopted my babies and I didn't feel any kind of way about them ever.
Right.
Except for when they got in trouble.
But she done had sex before.
I did. And
But
really
we're not
good.
talking about that. We're talking about
No,
motherhood
we're talking about
right
the
now.
act of it. So she went
does that
through the
do
act of stuff,
To
although
do
she didn't
with
birth
being a mother.
stuff. Well, she had the fun, but not the work that comes.
I
9
promise
months
that fun
after.
has nothing to do with being a mother. Not at all.
It's a prerequisite.
And I would think it's
Not for all. No, because
Well,
like she just said that she adopted her
adopted,
children.
right.
So not
Right.
necessarily.
So she wanted the fun without the pain.
I am
Is that what
actually
you're saying?
we're talking
Not
about the
necessarily.
postpartum part. We are not talking about where he come in. That part.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah,
he
you
ain't
know.
part of
That's the best
equation
part.
Right
You know.
now.
That's the best part.
So you ask about demographic. I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
know. I can't help
Swing
those.
right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
You
right
know.
there.
Yeah,
Like
I
here's
cannot.
one. We screen all clients
Right.
before.
Exactly. There's a
A
questionnaire.
certain level of cray cray.
Right. Yeah. But in regards to demographic, I've noticed that my calling is more towards women. Not necessarily women of color, but women of all walks of life. Yes, I do have some mothers, but I also have women that have never experienced that. And I've also have women that have lost children. You know, so some of my clients are definitely coming from different demographics. You know, single fathers. You know, I have some clients such as that. But in regards to demographic, no, just not
Okay.
cray-cray in a bad way.
Just, I like that. For those that are only audible, there was a hand that moved in an upward and downward motion in the direction of Dr. Business. So,
No, she was trying to get to
great,
you. You know, she was just bypassed me to you. And yeah, you the one with the many voices, all right?
And I am.
Got one.
But let me tell you, sir, please understand, you appreciate every one of those voices.
That I do.
Okay, then. I'm just trying to make sure.
Do they come with costumes? Wardrobe changes?
They really, only because we're on air, there's not time opportunity. But actually, I probably have enough in my closet to accommodate all of them.
Oh my!
Thank you for tuning in to the podcast.
And the first
We're
one
done.
And the first one to come out is little Michael.
Oh, Lord. Ass. When people come to you, what type of things are you discussing with them, sharing with them? How are you assisting them, helping them? Why should they come to you?
Like, what's my process? You know, we always do a 30-minute consultation just to kind of see where your head is.
Is that
Just to
free
kind
or
of-
paid?
Yeah, that's a free
Free.
consultation.
Score.
You know,
That's
just
mine. Don't say that. I am the score. I literally said that. I didn't mean to interrupt. We're going to go right
No,
back.
it's
But
okay.
I literally
It's
said
okay.
that I want score on my tombstone. Like,
Do
here she
it.
lies. Like,
Yes.
that is, score. It's got to be quick.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite style.
I like that. I like that. You know, what we do is just basically kind of see where your head is, just to see, like, why did you come? You know, and a lot of people come to me simply because they're lost, simply because their passion is, you know, depleted. And so we find out basically like what on a list of 1 to 10, what's the most important, you know?
Prioritizing.
Yeah, kind of like prioritizing, and it ranges from like your family, your business, your health, your children. And we tackle one thing at a time, because I firmly believe that if you have so many things going on, you cannot give something 110%, which is what is needed. Because, you know, us as human beings, if something is kind of going by itself, we feel calm, you know, and we're like, okay, I got this. And that
Autopilot.
yeah, well, not necessarily autopilot. It gives you a second win to, you know, tackle something else. But if everything in your household is shambles, you know, that's when the depression sets in. That's when the anxiety sets in.
Right,
You know, and I can kind of speak to that because I went through all of that. You know, there's a lot of people that come to me simply because I can relate. You know,
Right.
yes, I'm Bloom. Yes, I have a smile on my face, but that doesn't mean that, you know,
There's
I
not a
haven't-
thorn up under here.
Exactly. There
I got
was
some
not
weeds
a trouble.
choking out some
yeah,
roots.
troubled waters, you know, in the past. But I firmly believe that
Oh, you're good.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. I know. I firmly believe
He's stretching.
that. Oh my God.
Trying to see if he musty.
I firmly believe that
Close
you
your
don't
legs.
let that dictate what you're doing. That you don't
Very
let
good.
that dictate, who you are and what you're doing. And so, like we had a hiccup today, and my boys were like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah," because there's so many seconds in the day. I'm not going to let 10 seconds dictate how I'm going to respond for the rest of the day. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Yeah.
Depends upon what the hiccup is.
Well, it was just
Because
bad
there are
cus-
big hiccups and there are small hiccups.
for sure, but
If it's a big hiccup, it deserves more smoldering time.
for
So
sure.
it's going to take up more of your day because it's challenging to be able to get over versus something small and petty. Brush it off, water on the duck's back type thing. Keep it moving.
I spilled
Right.
coffee on my shirt. Ooh. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Change that.
But-
and I'm running
Unless
late.
you got third-degree burns on it.
I will wait.
if
I
the
was gonna
coffee was
say,
hot.
and I'm running late. That's one thing. I spilled coffee on my shirt, and I got third-degree burns. Same situation. We just kicked it up a notch.
Right.
I learned.
Want me to get some
Somebody told me.
petroleum jelly?
No, I don't. Somebody told me once.
It helps with third-degree
What may
burns.
be a? How do they put it? What is a paper cut to me could be a gunshot wound to somebody
Oh, for
else.
sure. Everyone's
Absolutely.
attitude and with what they're going through dictates, how you're going to come out on the other side. Like with mothers, with your child failing school, that could be something that is really, really detrimental to you simply
Like, I
because
knew
you
he
had
was a
history.
dummy anyway. Prove me right.
Or not, no. But
That's
then
your daddy's
again,
side.
but then again, if you have the tools to help your child through school, that's something that you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I just need to adjust.
Right.
But you don't have the tools, not these days.
She just said if you.
If
Right.
you have the
Most
DNA.
people
active
don't.
listener.
Most people don't,
Right, because
but
they got that new math and we can't help you. Call somebody, like Medea said.
Ask Siri.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alexa,
Yeah.
Google, Echo.
Somebody to help you.
your attitude towards any and every situation is how you're going to respond. So that's what I believe.
What did you say about the bullet wound?
That what is my life's experience, I'm more equipped for me. And I'm not comparing myself
Right.
to anybody else. But things that I go through, I'm like, dang, that sucked. But I was in a coma. Man, I literally got into a head-on collision and my car was accordion, like front and back. A female hit me, and the people came and they pried the car out and doors open. And when they got me out, they was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" The first thing I said, honest to God, I said, "Is my hair messed up?"
Right? Exactly.
So for me,
Exactly.
I'm like, and what I took in that moment was, I'm alive. I can see, nothing hurt. Like that was traumatic. That was frightening, and it could have ended up a whole lot of other ways. But I'm not focusing on the whole detrimental way it could have happened. I'm like, and I wanted everybody around me to calm down.
Exactly.
Like looking at it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Calm down. I'm okay. How do I let them know I'm okay? Is my hair messed up? And they were like, oh my gosh. And at that point, as bad as the scene was, it changed everything. My mother came out to the scene, my baby! Like,
Right.
what was a paper cut to me? I had died and gone to glory, and she had to start having potluck dinners sent to the house. What's a paper cut
Right.
to me was a gunshot wound.
But
to her,
like
so.
I think like our defense mechanisms definitely help us with that, because I'm one of those people that I throw a joke. When everyone else is like really stressed, I throw a joke in there.
Right.
My mom, she used to tell me that like I'm one of those people, I can fall down the steps and it would be like I would pop up and say, "Whoo, I got down here fast."
Oh,
Instead
yeah.
of someone that's like, "Crap, I just fell down the steps." That makes
What
sense.
are you taking your clothes off for?
Right.
Why?
Let's not do that.
Are you taking your clothes off? Why are you taking your clothes off? Put shirt on. Put shirt on.
But
I was
also,
going to show her my bullet wound.
You not.
I
gonna show
don't
me
want to.
nothing.
I,
It was a
I'll
bullet.
take your word for it.
No,
It was a biopsy.
It's a bullet. To some people, it's a biopsy. For somebody else, it's a bullet wound.
Okay.
I got a bullet wound right
cigarette
here,
burn.
and it just missed my heart. So I was able to live through it and be able to tell. And I'm gonna write a book about it.
Your testimony.
Yes, because
He gonna write it on a napkin because it's real short.
it ain't short. It's traumatic, and I need counseling. Can you help me?
No, because you keep taking your
I
clothes
cried.
off at every
You are.
opportunity.
You are beyond my scope of practice. Like,
She said, beyond her scope.
yeah.
I like that.
I was going to say, but,
The white jacket, please.
But like, you need an extended 30-day stay somewhere for that,
Exactly.
sir.
Exactly.
And there's no room at her end. So.
It's all filled up. I'm sorry. But I was gonna say I'm a lot like you. Like I want everyone around me to
Like me or
definitely
like
come
her?
Like
her.
me.
Okay, you're like you. I know.
Nobody.
You would.
Like-
Eye contact. I am so sorry. You're right. Eye contact.
I got
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm
Don't
actually
be like me.
not at all.
No. Okay.
Don't be afraid to tell the truth
Yeah.
now.
I'm not. No
Paul
worries.
wants to be like me, so
That's
I have somebody that wants to be like me. See, that's my boy.
Our producer just said,
That's my boy.
Oh my.
because he ain't got his paycheck yet. So whatever you say, boss. Thumbs up.
Somebody loves me.
There are people that aspire to be like you. And all jokes aside, serious face. Dr. Biz.
Because you don't have a serious face since we started. Like there's not been a serious face.
Exactly.
So like it's really
Serious
hard.
face.
I'm sorry.
No, but really, I've had the honor and the pleasure to watch you for several years now in motion. There's an off-air doctor business and there's an on-air doctor business. And then there's a divine connection doctor business. That one, only those that are recipients of whatever God has told him to do gets to experience that. I have stood in the shadows and eavesdropped on those glory to glory moments where God just uses him to do something and people are crying and you never know what someone needs. And through all of his stupidity, he still leaves room. There's still an artery that is not blocked or clotted or
Right.
coagulated that connects to the vine that can actually get some good done for some people. So in that attribute, there are others that esteem to be as thee.
How
Thank
nice.
you, I think.
That was a compliment. That was the best I could do with it. So, yeah.
I have one uncoagulated vein. Use
And
it.
all of the ones that he had.
Use it.
The other ones, no, the other ones might have clamps on it. Because one thing, if he cut you off, you off. Like, there's no hemorrhaging. There's no, like, it is severed, snipped, burned, just amputated. But then I think for anybody that has that manner to shut it all down,
Yep.
there's a huge open valve that welcomes all in. And you get to decide how or if you stay. And that is what I see, working with Dr. Business. Through all of the shenanigans, because we got lots of them, but there's still, a huge part. So I think people look up to you in regards to that. They appreciate that, especially the beneficiaries. They appreciate that, and they won't realize you say you don't miss the water till the well runs dry.
Right. Right.
Because I've seen them use them too. And it made me want to street fight some folk. Throw a mic at the back of their head. But that he didn't go in it without knowing that that was a possibility.
Right.
But he made the decision to go into it anyway. And for me, if I smell skunk, was that a little poop or did you poop? Like, either way,
Oh my
I ain't
God.
walking that way.
Oh my God. But you know what? Like everything should be a learning experience. Absolutely everything. Like good, bad, ugly, like what you take away from it, and like you said, you just kind of keep it moving. Like you may marinate on it for a little bit, 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 years,
7 minutes is my call.
which is good, like if it's not going to matter in 5 years, 5 minutes, like then don't spend that much time on it. But you should definitely take away what you can from it so you
Right.
can arm yourself, going forward.
Right.
But not everyone I feel like understands that. They kind of
But you
take
need
it
to
personal.
release it because you don't want it to pile.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I believe it or not, I used to have anger management issues. Believe it or
too.
not, I really did.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
ABW in the house.
and I decided that 7 minutes is what I'm going to dedicate.
Right.
7 minutes. 7 is God's number for complete, and I'm completely done with it. So that's why I would give. And I found out that as I'm focusing on the clock and I'm rooting and raging over whatever happened,
Yeah.
by minute 5, I'm so busy focused on, I got 2 minutes left. I forgot
How you were feeling,
to
your
be
emotions.
right, to
for
be
sure.
angry. But there are some things that happen, and I do go back to my little 7 minute. All right, it's 2:21.
Yeah.
2:28. We're gonna have to lay this burden down. But I had to let it out because I realized that my anger was me trying to protect everybody else,
Right.
and not protecting myself. So
Yeah.
when I did explode, I know you just gave me the wrong fish sandwich or you put tartar sauce on it and I didn't ask for it. But you got it for the mailman, for the kids, for the this, for that. Like you got it for 8 other things that didn't have anything
Yeah.
to do with you at all.
Yeah.
So for the angry black women in the world that suffer from that syndrome,
You got 7 minutes.
that's right. Dougie Fresh, you're on.
7 minutes. Get your pissed off on.
Yeah.
But
And after
shut
that,
it
shake
down.
it off and keep it
Keep
moving.
on going.
I think one thing that'll definitely help with that is just knowing that everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about.
Absolutely.
So don't necessarily take it personal.
That's
you
right.
know,
Right.
Everyone is just fighting something that you know nothing about.
Is that hepatitis?
Hepatitis?
Hepatitis simplex C?
Hepatitis?
Herpa. It's a combination strand.
Oh,
She just got fixed from it.
I caught it from
too
him.
long ago.
so y'all are bouncing it back and forth. Should I move my chair over now? Can I move my
You
chair?
got it. You got it.
You got the
You
cootie.
got it.
No. But you know what? Having all these kids, I'm sure that's probably
Girl, your immune system is
Exactly.
strong.
right. Exactly.
With an SCR is
It's a break
strong.
anything and everything.
Yes,
Like, how do you
exactly.
get that?
And then coffee like right here in your face. So you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, tongue out and everything. There you go. Yep. Exactly.
How can people get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me by emailing me at Lauren at bloomlifeconsulting.com.
You
Yep, I am. Or on Facebook or Instagram at Bloom Life Consulting. Yep.
Bloom Life Consulting.
Yes. Or they can call me. But I'm not sure if I want everyone in America to call me
You don't
because
want
they
to
might
say
You don't
be.
want that.
America to call.
No, I'm good.
Can I talk to a flower?
No, I'm good.
I got a gardening question for you.
No, but I would love for anyone that has anything to say, good or bad, anything, feedback, to definitely email me at Lauren at Bloom Life Consulting.
Lauren, Lauren,
Yes.
at bloomlife.com. For all of your needs, please
Bloom
do
Life
call
Consulting.
bloomlifeconsulting.com.
Yes. Yes.
All
thank
calls will be returned in the order in which they were received. Thank you for tuning in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
you. That was beautiful.
Somebody actually had me do their voicemail for them.
Yeah.
And and their voicemail, it was Emmanuel when he did my video.
Okay.
So when you call, it says, "Thank you for calling